Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have decided to pull cards instead of do the meditation because I am pretty upset. Okay, and it's not anything with the channel or anything like that. I am originally from Texas. I grew up in Texas. The first time I voted for Ann Richards for governor of Texas. So I'm very proud of that vote, and I'm very proud of um I don't know. I don't want to say I'm proud of being from Texas, but there's a sense uh, of pride in saying, yeah, I grew up in Texas, and I grew up in Houston, and I became quite progressive in my politics, not because of having grown up in Texas, but basically because I just am. I mean, I just am what I am. So I am pretty upset about what's going on, and I'm very, very supportive of those Texas legislators who have fled to Chicago, Illinois, to oppose what is happening. And my question is, and I'm not using the yes and no cards. My question is, will they be successful? Will the Texas legislators succeed in killing this or unaliving this bill to redistrict Texas? Will they be successful? Will the Texas legislators be successful in their attempts to bring light to this story? Will the Texas legislators be successful? And I get a blank card. Okay, what's under that? A yes. Okay, so maybe they will be. Maybe. I mean, it just depends on how willing they are to stand up for themselves and stand up for what's right when it comes to what's happening. Um, I'm going to pull some tarot. I've got the Gilded Tarot here. Gilded Tarot. And we're going to see what the cards say about the Texas legislators and what could happen with them. They are being fined. This is so unjustifiable. This is absolute criminal behavior. These people they earn, I think, $600 a month to work in the legislature in Texas, and they're being fined $500 a day for not being there to vote for this atrocity that they're trying to pass. I am, my blood is, if my blood was like cooking, it would be beyond boiling. I mean, there would be like it would be like when you're boiling water, the water would be gone because that's how angry I am about this. I just think it's absolutely fundamentally wrong what these people are doing. And I think that these legislators, I want to know, will the legislators stand strong in all of this? Will they stand strong? Will the Texas legislators who have fled to Illinois, will they stand strong in all of this? Will they stand strong in all of this? So we got a blank card and then a yes card underneath that. But let's ask the tarot. Will the Texas legislators stand strong in what is happening in Texas right now? So, and I get the Ten of Cups, which is yes, they will. They will stand strong. They will not. They will not. I think that this is the success. This is like pulling this card with whether or not they'll be successful. The answer is yes, they will be successful. They will not fold on this. This is too important for the country and for the people. It's crossed by the Nine of Cups. And I think the Nine of Cups symbolizes the people who are trying to push the idea but are not successful at doing so. I think that this is going to win out. This is going to win the day. And even though it's crossed with this, I think that the absolute truth is going to emerge. The underlying energy is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, we've got people with the money. I think this is about the money. This is about the financial unrest that's going on with regards to this. When you have people being fined this much money each day, and there's 50 of them, that's a lot of money. That runs into a lot of money. But they are so insistent about doing this illegal maneuver that they are trying to scare. This is a scare tactic, nothing more, nothing less. It's a scare tactic to try and intimidate these people back to the state house to vote on this travesty. And I think that they will stand strong. I grew up in Texas. I mean, there's Texas girl in me, and that's Texas girl ain't taking that. And these Texas people, they're strong. They're not going to take it. Um, in the immediate past, we have the devil, which is probably the governor of Texas, which was probably symbolized by the governor of Texas in this regard. Not a good, not a good. He's not a good person. He's really seriously not a good person. Ann Richards is above and beyond what this guy is. Ann Richards, I love you, Ann Richards. You are awesome and amazing, and I know she transitioned, so I hope she heard me. And she did. She just got, yes, I did. So that is very good. But Ann Richards, I was very proud to vote. And I'm very proud to this day that I voted for Ann Richards. My husband's coughing in there, so sorry. The overarching energy is the Three of Cups. Lots of cups energy here. This is the the united Democrats. They are united in all of this, and they are, you know, this is overarching. This is the support and the success that they have by doing this. They have a lot of support from people around the country. They have people around the world. In my instance, I'm in Germany, so they have a lot of support happening in in their in this. So this is big. This is really, really big. And all this cups energy is challenging Pentacles energy, which is the money and the devil. So yeah. In the immediate future, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is like creating something and watching it come to fruition. So I think that what's happening is that these folks are coming together and they're united together and they say, yeah, it may cost us money. It may be a money issue, but we are not backing down. We understand what's going on. And in the end, I think in the end, the courts are going to say, you can't do this to these people. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be a lawsuit filed with people from all over the state, a class action lawsuit, and it's going to be filed against these governors and these people that are trying to undermine and suppress voting and what have you. And the next card is the King of Swords. And I really do have to do a list of what each of the royal cards mean because I absolutely don't know. But King of Swords is here, and then what other people see is the Hierophant, which is this is like the government working like behind the scenes. There's like undercut, behind the scenes stuff happening, and this is sort of the in your pocket, kind of things that are happening with regards to all of this. And I think that what's happening with this is that the legislators have a few aces up their sleeves, and the governor just has his brown nosing, butt smooching, and what have you to the president, who is not in his rightful mind anyway. And then what other people see is Justice card. I think this is the hopes and fears card, but justice will be served. This is what I mean. I think these people will file a class action lawsuit. I think these legislators will say, look, you can't do that. You can't fine us for not being here because we are standing up for ourselves and we are standing up for our rights, and we're not going to be bulldozed by a corrupt party. And the final outcome is the Four of Pentacles. I always call this the hoarder card, but the thing is, what I see in this card is basically that the governor and the people that are supporting him and the people behind him, they are going to end up alone, and all they're going to have are their pentacles. They're just going to have their money. They're just going to have their, they think that this is like the end all be all to everything, that they will have money and they will be able to do whatever it is they want to do. And this will not stand. So that's what I got there. Let me just pull a couple more cards. We got the Sun card. And the Sun card is illumination. Things are going to come to light. People are going to see the corruption that's happening in their state, in their place, in their home, and they're going to say, no, we don't want this, and we're not going to put up with it. And then we've got the Chariot, which is actually the government moving in slow motion and not really moving, but sort of like a train that's like standing at the station but not really going anywhere. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is the sword of truth. This is the truth that's going to come out about all of this and why they're doing it, what their motivation is, and how they are that they think that they're going to be able to bulldoze their way through and do all the things that they want to do. But the truth of the matter is, there are people that are standing up and saying, no, we're not going to let you do that. And finally, I got the Knight of Wands. Nice guy, standing still, standing firm in his ideas and doing what he feels is right. So that's what I got in cards. Now I want to, see. Okay, this is on the people in the legislature and how they're doing. But I want to see if this is, I want to see is if they're going to succeed. Will this ultimately succeed what they're doing, or will California, what I heard was the governor of California has said that if the Texas government decides to do all this gerrymandering and stuff, then California will do the same thing, fight fire with fire. And the governor of California is a pretty tough customer, and he's doing what he can for his state, which I think is great. I may not support him completely in things that he does, but he does care about his state. So I'm going to ask the yes and no cards. Here they are, yes and no cards. Will California have to gerrymander its state to stop Texas from doing this? Will California have to gerrymander its state to stop Texas from doing this? Yes. And under that, I got another yes. Under that, a no. But I think I think they will. I think they're going to have to. And I think that because one thing you have to know about Texans is Texans are stubborn as hell. Texans are stubborn and will not back down. And whether it's a good quality or not so good quality, Texans will not back down when confronted. And what we've got right now is we've got Texans against Texans and both sides equally stubborn. So what will give? Who will taco out first? Okay. Let's ask the cards. It's the tarot here. Will California force the federal government's hand? Will California force the government's hand? Force the federal government's hand? Will California force the federal government's hand? Will I'll say the governor's name in California because he's a good guy, and I always say good guys' names. Gavin Newsom. And I'm also going to say Pritzker's name, who is the governor of Illinois, who is really supporting the people who are dealing with all of this. So, will California force the federal government's hand? Will California and Illinois. Okay. Will California and Illinois force the federal government's hand? Will California and Illinois force the federal government's hand? I get a sense that yes, they will, and I get a sense that this whole thing with the gerrymandering um, in California, I think that this is going to be what really pushes things over the edge. But let's ask the cards. Will California and Illinois force the government's hand? And some of these cards are right side up, man. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get these. And my guides are telling me to now take the card from the bottom of the deck. Normally I'd pick them cards like that, but they're saying you have to take the card from the bottom of the deck because we're the underdogs or so. Is what I'm getting. So we'll take the cards from the bottom of the deck. Here I get another shuffle here, and there we go. Oh, and they said take that one. Okay, take that card and then take it from the bottom. Okay, so I got the death card. This is endings and beginnings. This is, you know, this is, I think that this is, I think that this is going to end the feds trying to push this idea in Texas. I think that's what that is. It's crossed by the Knight of Swords. And look at him. He's holding his sword up and he's ready to go. He's ready to go into battle. So I think that this is the federal government crossed by the government or the state governments in Illinois and California. They're not taking it. The underlying energy is the Five of Pentacles. This is being left out in the cold, left out in the darkness and what have you. And this is just being isolated. And I think that this is what they will do to the federal government is they will isolate them and really show them to be what they are. And the next card is the Two of Wands. And this is one of my favorite cards actually in the whole deck because this is about the choice, about making the choice. Do you really want to push this? Do you really want to go this way or that way? Is this really a logical thing to do? Pushing this issue, is this going to help you? Let's see, And this is, I think this is the California and Illinois saying, guess what? We will call your bluff. The overarching energy is the Eight of Cups. And look at this guy. He's got all these overturned cups, and he's just kind of looking away from it. This is like, I think this is what this is this is like taking your toys and going home. This guy is standing there looking away, and these cups are overturned. They're kind of in chaos, and he's looking out beyond the chaos that has been created. And basically, I think this is where the legislators in Texas are. They're looking forward, and they're seeing the big picture and saying, we don't want this to create this kind of issue for us. We're going to fight it, and we're going to see what can come out of it. I think this is very significant. I think that they are looking away from the chaos that's going on. In the immediate future, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the harvest. This is the outcome, not the outcome, but this is what the Texas legislators are saying, and they're bringing attention to. And I think that the California and Illinois are seeing this, and they're saying, yeah, you have manifested this, and you have come to us for help and assistance, and you are getting it. That is where they are. And then hopes and fears is the Ten of Wands. This is the fear and uncertainty about having to carry a very, very heavy load to carry. You're carrying this very, very big load, and you are not exactly having an easy go of it, but you know that your back is strong, and you know that you can carry this through, and you can carry it to the end. And this is where because you have that support from Illinois and California, then you know that you can get through it. And sometimes it's not always what you know, but who you know, and where you're going with this is for the betterment of all. This is the how the world sees us is temperance. This is the balance. We're seeing the balance in everything that's going on, and um, we're doing what we have to do with what we've got, and we're going to move forward in the best way that we can. How other people see you is the fool, and this may be the way the Republican Party is looking at these people in in Illinois. The legislators that are from Texas are in Illinois. They see them as fools as they are walking off the cliff. But the reality is sometimes you have to take a leap of faith and you have to say, okay, I'm going to do this, and it really doesn't matter what people think. I'm going to make a step. I'm going to see what I can do that's going to help those I care for and those around in my home and stuff. So I think that this is the leap of faith. This isn't really necessarily the fool. They may see them as a fool, but the reality is this is a leap of faith. What they're doing is a leap of faith. Final outcome is the strength card, and I think this is the absolute best card for them. They need all the strength that they can get, and united we stand, divided we fall. That is an old statement, and that is so true. When you have the when you have allies that are going to stand by you and help you through something, then you know that you are going to come through it with flying colors. And I think that that's exactly what Illinois and California are doing. They're saying, we know that you are in a very, very precarious situation. We know that you are dealing with a tyrant, and that you have been they have put their focus on you and told you that you have to do this and this and this, and you have fought and fought and fought, and now this is becoming a national or international issue, and now people are waking up and they're realizing that what is going on in Texas is a microcosm of what could be going on in the entire country. So what people in Texas are contending with, they are finding that this is a that this is just a small. They see it as a small thing, but it is a small thing that could grow or fester into something really much bigger. And so this is they're saying we have to stand up for our rights, we have to stand up for democracy, and we have to stand up for the rule of law. And if people are not standing up for that, then they are part of the oppression that's happening right then and there. So that is what I got. Um, so I'm gonna go back to the yes and no cards here, and I'm gonna say, will the legislators in Texas be successful in bringing this to public light? Will they be successful in bringing attention to this issue through this act that they have taken? Will they? Yes, they will. So bless them, support them. If you can give to their organizations, please do. If you can, volunteer at places where offer help, what have you, then do. Do whatever it is you feel drawn by spirit to do, and take care of yourself and take care of each other, because we're all we've got. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, and I have some information, interesting news that might be happening in a couple of months, but I won't say anything until I get some confirmation from it. But I might be getting to meet one of my favorite tarot readers, and that's kind of cool. So I'll just say I'll just leave it with that, and I'll let you know, keep you posted on what's going on. But anyway, take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll try and be back tomorrow for the meditation. I keep saying I'm going to come in the next day for the meditation. I really want to do the meditations. And then I just don't get a chance because I have so much other stuff going on. And it's summertime and there's not a lot. I get like on average, I get like 8 or 9 views per video. And that's doesn't really encourage me to do a great deal of 2.5 hour 3 hour meditations and stuff. It doesn't really encourage me to do that, so I'm gonna do it. I just have to get myself motivated to I have to get out, I have to have a little bit of time to do it because it takes a lot of time to put the meditations together. It may seem like only 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but I spend at least 2 hours writing the meditation each day when I do it. And so it's a lot of work. So I appreciate you bearing with me while I, do this. And thank you for watching. And thank you for bearing with me while I, talk about Texas, but because I always when Texas is in the news, I tend to watch it because that's where I'm from. That's where I grew up, and part of my history. So take care. Thank you, and I will shut up now. Have a great day, and as always, namaste.